Welcome back to another episode of the Girls Talk Money podcast. We've both spent a lot of time over the last 6 months focused on investing in our confidence and becoming a more confident version of ourselves. Part of that journey has been redefining our style, figuring out what we actually like to wear, and trying to have a wardrobe that we actually enjoy getting dressed in. We've gotten a lot of comments on our own social medias whenever we've talked about this on our pages. So in today's episode, we're diving into what this confidence journey has looked like, how we've approached redoing our wardrobe, and what things we've spent money on that have helped us throughout this journey.
Rebuilding my wardrobe has been so top of mind for me because when we're filming this, I'm moving next week and I'm moving out of state for the first time in my life. And if you've never purged your closet as if you're moving states, it is the most eye-opening experience. I'm not even kidding. I don't sell my clothes. I know that that's like a really good tip if you want to make some money or like save some money by buying used clothes and things like that. But I do have a 17-year-old niece that is my size, so I give her all of my clothes. And I gave her, I'm not even kidding, 3 humongous bins full of clothes in like one round of purging because I was just like trying a bunch of things on and looking through my clothes. And I'm like, I have kept things for so long for the sheer reason that I haven't had a reason to get rid of them. You know what I mean? But when I moving out of state, I'm only bringing what can fit in my car. I'm not getting a U-Haul. I'm not hiring movers. So I'm trying to be super intentional about the things that I'm bringing with me and the things that I want to bring into my new life because I'm kind of entering a new era. Like this is kind of really big for me. So I'm trying to be super intentional about the things that I'm bringing with me. And with that, I have purged so much. And you kind of realize too, like how few items you do need if you have the right pieces, which is why I'm really excited to talk about this in today's episode, because if you do have the right pieces, you're not going to feel like you need to buy clothes every single month, every single time you leave the house, you need a new outfit and things like that if you can build your wardrobe appropriately.
I'm also super excited about this episode because I feel like I've been an absolute like walking ad for color analysis since I got mine done a couple months ago. And a lot of that is what like sparked my whole desire to redo my wardrobe and just realizing I was looking at my wardrobe and being like, I hate it here. Like this is just it's not cute. Like I did like closet clean out, like a series on my TikTok. And some of the items I was like, I distinctly remember wearing this like my freshman year of high school, which would be 8, 9, 10, like 11 years ago at this point. Like no, you know what I mean? It's gotta go.
It's time.
I will say a lot of my stuff from Forever 21 was actually the items that I still had, which is crazy that it's like actually held up all those years.
It is so funny that you say that.
So weird.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's been quite a journey. And honestly, I've done a couple of closet cleanouts at this point. And I don't know if we were talking about it on a podcast episode or if it was just like a personal conversation that we had, but you were like, go through your closet as if you're moving, like doing a long distance move. And I do plan on doing a long distance move in January when my lease is up. So actually, this past weekend, I was like, all right, we're going to go through it. This is probably like the third or fourth time I've gone through and like purged my closet, because I don't want to get rid of so much stuff that then I don't have like enough things to wear, because I will probably turn over like almost everything in my closet and like swap a lot of things out. But I was like, okay, I'm going to go through it again one more time as if I'm doing a long distance move. And I was like, goodbye to this, goodbye to this, goodbye. Like I just ended up getting rid of so much stuff because I just like, I don't know. I think a lot of people think that having more items, and I'm like, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody out. I'm pointing the finger at myself as well here. I feel like a lot of people think that when you have more things in your closet, you're going to feel more inspired when you're getting dressed. But if it's mostly stuff that makes you feel uninspired and that you don't know how to style, or you really don't like, or you don't have anything to match it with, then I feel like it just becomes more defeating than it would be to just have a smaller closet of things that you actually know how to wear or know how to style and want to wear. And that's something I've kind of been realizing as I've been cleaning out my closet this year to better align it with my style and my color palette and all of that.
I 100% agree with that. I think the other thing for me on that point is when you have so many items of clothing, you can't find the clothes that you're looking for, or you can't like remember what you have in your wardrobe. Since I've done that closet clean out, everything is so organized. I'm a pretty disorganized person. I've definitely talked about that on the podcast before.
Yes, she
but
is.
When I have a million clothes, if you saw my story after doing this closet clean out, my entire bed was full of clothes that I was getting rid of, like piles and piles of clothes. It was absolutely disturbing. But when I had that many items of clothing in my closet, in my dresser drawers, I never knew where anything was, and I never like the things that I actually wanted to wear weren't top of mind. Now that I can see everything, it's like, oh, I remember this dress that I haven't worn yet, or I remember this dress that I love that I've worn 100 times, but I just kind of forgot about. So you can kind of like keep tabs on your items. But you also mentioned the color analysis, and I'm so happy you brought that up because I think that in the conversation of building your wardrobe, when it relates to money, especially, color gets like so much hate. And it's kind of going back to like the capsule wardrobe idea. Like if it's not a basic, you can't spend money on it. If it's colorful, you're going to wear it less, so don't spend money on it. I am so over that, and like I hate that so much because I think for the longest time I was trying to do that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to build my capsule wardrobe and everything's going to be super high quality, but it's only going to be basics, and then I'll just like get cheap little trendy things. Just because it's colorful does not mean that it's like a trendy piece that you're only going to wear once. I realized that I was building a capsule wardrobe, and then I would go out or go to dinner or do whatever, and the only thing that I had to wear was jeans and a black bodysuit. And my closet was super uninspiring because of that. So I've really been trying to like bring a lot of color back into my wardrobe and have fun with fashion again, and that has made it, I feel so much more confident now in the clothes that are hanging in my closet.
Yeah, when I was going through my closet to begin with, I and I was getting rid of a bunch of stuff. I looked in my closet and I realized I have two different closets in my apartment in the primary bedroom, and in one of them there's like two like shelves or whatever, or two racks, and literally the bottom rack is mostly sweatshirts and then some shirts. Half, maybe a third. Maybe I'm being dramatic. About a third of that rack is black sweatshirts, just black sweatshirts. And then there's like probably a quarter that's gray sweatshirts. And I was like looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was looking at my short sleeve shirts that I had, and I had like three or four basic white short sleeves. And I'm like, why? I don't need four of those. Like, but my closet was just so much like black, white, like just colors that are black and white even considered colors? You know what I mean? Like they're just not,
Yeah.
they're just like
Yep.
basic. And I was like, I don't feel inspired by this at all. But I felt like a lot of colors didn't look great on me, and I couldn't figure out why. Like I always say, which is funny now that I've done a color analysis, but the photo that is on the cover of this podcast, me in this like pink shirt, it's hilarious because Erin and I both got professional photos done that day because we were at an event, and that's why we chose to use those pictures in the cover. However, I despise the picture of me. Like I have blonde hair, which was like a tragic decision for myself. I'm wearing this like hot pink shirt, which like is not my color at all. And now that I've gotten a color analysis done, I know that actually one of my worst colors, like when you get it done, it'll show like your best colors and your worst colors. Hot pink is one of my absolute worst colors. It's like I never ever wear this. But I was struggling to find colors that did look good on me. And so I just was like, fine, I'll just stick to black. And I would wear black all the time, like every day, which is like some sort of bottom and a black shirt, or like black pants and a black shirt. And getting the color analysis done, I feel like allowed me to find what colors make me feel confident. And now I'm kind of working to rebuild my closet around that and like bring color back in. And it's so fun. Like, I personally don't love the idea of a capsule wardrobe because I feel like I would just get bored of it. And I also don't want to look like a sad beige baby all the time. And I think a lot of like, I love a sad beige baby moment. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we love a little monochrome, like
Yeah.
one color, neutral outfit moment, whatever. But I don't want to be like rotating in shades of brown and white and black all the time. Like I want to have fun with color. I just didn't feel confident in color until I did the color analysis. But it's so fun, like adding color back in my closet. You know, it
Yeah.
just, I don't know, it's fun, like being girly and wearing cute little girly colors.
Right. Like fashion is supposed to be fun. And that's half the fun. Like when
Yeah.
I go out to dinner with my friends, half of the fun of it is being able to go into my closet and
And
pick
pick
out
a
something
cute
to wear, and it shouldn't be
outfit.
stressful. But we did want to talk about like the confidence aspect, and we have been talking
Yeah.
about that in this episode. And I think part of that for me has really been learning to be confident in myself and in my, like, there were a lot of kind of body image things that I needed to
Mhm.
work out that have nothing to do with fashion, but I was overcompensating on the clothing aspect because I was like, well, I hate all of the clothes because nothing looks good on me. So if I have an event tonight, I have to go buy a new outfit because nothing looks good on me. And then I would go to the store and buy a new outfit, and then I still wasn't confident in that outfit because I had things that I needed to work out myself. I actually heard a tip a couple of years, maybe I heard this tip like a year ago or something, that your personal style is like you're doing a disservice to your personal style by always trying to look like snatched. I think that was the word that they used. And that has really stuck with me because I think like when I was struggling a lot in the confidence side and in the body image side, I was constantly trying to look small and make myself look the smallest that I could be. And with that, the clothes that I was choosing to wear were like I would never wear wide leg jeans, or I would never wear a blouse that, you know, those like cute oversized blouses that are like button up and like satiny or whatever,
Yeah.
like those types of kind of just like looser clothing. Those are so flattering and so cute. And I would see other girls wearing them, but I would never wear them because I would always try to look this absolute smallest I could be in all of my clothing because I had a lot of like confidence things that I needed to work out. So that has definitely also helped me not feel the need to constantly go buy new clothing because I'm trying to love the clothes that I already wear and make outfits work that look good on my body type with the clothes that I already wear.
Yeah, I love that you brought this up because I was in like a pretty similar boat, and I think a lot of women listening to this can probably relate. Well, not hopefully they can't relate to this aspect of it, but I have mentioned it multiple times on this podcast that I have a gluten allergy, and I was struggling with it undiagnosed for 10 years, and it was causing all sorts of issues with my body, and my body would fluctuate in size like pretty quickly. So I was probably like, I don't know exactly like how many pounds I would, but I would like gain and lose weight like just fluctuating all the time, or I'd be like so insanely bloated that I remember there was a period of time where I didn't wear jeans for like months. I couldn't wear anything with a button because I would just bloat, like quote unquote, like out of nowhere because I wasn't picking up the pattern that gluten was causing it. But I would bloat so much that I would literally be like driving home from dinner with my friends and I would have to unbutton my pants. Like I was literally like, I can't, like, I would look literally like 6 months pregnant, like rock hard stomach, going from like feeling not bloated to that in the span of like 20 minutes. Like it was so bad. So I was just wearing like leggings and like big huge t-shirts or big sweatshirts that would cover my body because I was so embarrassed with how it looked. And I also felt like it was almost like an out of body experience where I didn't feel like I was at home within my own body. And it was, I just wanted to like, I don't want anyone to look at it. I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't want to show it off. But then with that, I was like, when I did find my gluten allergy last year and my body has started to heal, a lot of my clothes didn't fit me anymore. Like my jeans would be several sizes larger because I needed them to be larger so that they could fit my bloated stomach before. And now that I'm not bloated, I was like, well, I'm swimming in these pants. I can't wear these. And I held on to a lot of it for a while because it was kind of just like comforting. And I'm not used to wearing anything form fitting or things that might show off my body. But I was also at the same time hyper aware of my appearance and how my body looked because I was always hyper aware of my body when I was trying to get to the root of the issue. I was constantly monitoring like if I was inflamed or not. And that's tricky, right? Because it's helpful to be like, okay, I'm looking inflamed after eating this, or I feel this way or whatever. But also it's really unhealthy to be like looking at your body that much. So it was kind of like a double-edged sword. And I think embracing fashion and trying to just like be like, yeah, I'm going to wear this because it looks cute and because I think it's cute and it's fun, not because it makes my butt look bigger or not because it makes my, waist look tinier or whatever. It's just like, I'm going to wear it because it's cute. I feel like I don't know where I saw it also, but I saw like a similar tip or thing online of people being like, fashion and like what you wear is not about, it's kind of the idea of like dressing for the male gaze versus like just dressing for yourself. And when men are like, oh, I love sundresses, and like we think it means like cute little frilly dresses, they're talking about like a tight maxi dress. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, I'm gonna wear the cute little frilly dress because I think it's cute. You know what I mean? And just like dressing in stuff that feels good and that you like
Yeah.
because you like it has also been something that I've been slowly trying to learn and just have fun with and not let clothes be a whole thing anymore, you know?
Yeah, I love that. I've been trying to do that too. It's funny that you mentioned the sundress because one thing that I had on my list in trying to rebuild my wardrobe is I'm trying to enter kind of like my feminine when it comes to clothes. I don't know why. I've
Hmm.
never felt confident in girly and kind of feminine, like florals, for example. I've never felt confident in florals. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it was like I grew up playing sports or something. I've always just had more of that, like casual, everyday, like jeans and a white tank top style. But I want to have more fun with fashion again. And I've been really trying to experiment. I know we talk about FashionPass all the time, but we rent clothes on FashionPass. And I think one huge benefit of that is I've been renting purposefully those types of clothes so that I can kind of like force myself to wear them without like committing to purchasing an item. I just did that with one top that was floral. Like I literally don't own one floral top. It's floral, full length, like just a cute flowy tank top. And I ended up purchasing it from Fashion Pass because I wore it twice, renting it. And I was like, okay, I actually like this. And now I'm starting to feel confident in it. So I'm trying to like slowly enter that like back into my wardrobe. Same thing with sundresses. I did not own one sundress because I just never felt confident in something that made me feel like girly and feminine and things like that. But now I'm trying to enter those back into my wardrobe in this era of like rebuilding my wardrobe.
Yeah, I know you and I have had a lot of conversations, like not on the podcast, about trying to just like enter more of that feminine energy, which we could do a whole episode on. If y'all are interested, let us know on Spotify. But that's also been a priority for me. I'm trying to just like bring, I think a lot of the just like constantly wearing all black and whatever, it wasn't that that was like my style. I think it was just like I wanted to, yeah, look as thin as possible. I wanted to just like not wear anything that was going to make people look at me or people be like, oh, I love your outfit. Like I was just like, I don't want any of that attention because I felt so not at home in my own body and just so frustrated with my own body through that entire health journey, and struggling with all the body image issues and stuff. But I think like now I'm also trying to embrace that at the same time of like I want to wear, yeah, like cute, fun, girly stuff. And just like I don't know, have fun with it. I've been trying to lean more into jewelry and having like accessories that I feel like elevate a look, even if it's just like I have three cheap bracelets from Amazon, but they look really cute. Just like having stuff like that, I feel like has helped kind of elevate my outfits and make them more fun and girly. I did cancel my fashion pass a couple of months ago when I was doing the color analysis process because I was like, let me figure out my color analysis and all of that before continuing to rent clothes. But I do want to like reactivate it or maybe try Newly. Newly has been hitting me with their ads like crazy and they're this close to getting me because there's this one dress they keep showing me and it's so cute and I want to try it on so bad. But I feel like it is such a good way to just try something because sometimes you just have to try it on and kind of get used to it and what it looks like on you to know whether you're really going to like it or not.
Yeah, I did Newly for a little bit in college, and the reason why it didn't stick with me is because I feel like Newly has a lot of their brands are like free people and brands like that, and that is not my style. I have learned.
Mm.
I've tried again. I did Newly for almost a year in college, and I just found that everything I rented, I didn't feel confident in. I've never bought even one singular thing from free people because I don't even know what like not like Western, but like do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the free
Yeah.
people vibe, that's just never
Yeah.
really been my style. But on top of like the girly and feminine kind of like era that I want to enter, I'm also trying to learn how to dress like a little bit more mature. Something about turning 25 a couple months ago just really made me be like, okay, I probably shouldn't be leaving the house in crop tops every time that I leave my house. Like when I was going through my closet, I was like, why are all of my tops crop tops? And I'm a tall girl, so I feel like when I'm in a crop top, like so much of my stomach is showing that I'm trying to just learn how to like, okay, let's wear a full shirt, kind of dress like a little bit more mature. Express is actually my favorite place to shop for this
Oh.
kind of like a little bit elevated. Like that's the look that I'm going for. Like feminine, but also elevated. Like let's look mature here. I'm 25 now.
Yeah, I agree. When I turned 25, I feel like something clicked in my brain. Even just like with my life plans, I was like, I don't know, something just changed. But for me, like the similar kind of thought process has been around shorts. Like I started to realize that so many denim shorts are so short. And I was like, okay, I feel like that look had its time. Like, when we were all in middle school and we were begging our moms, be like, Mom, no, please let me get these like shorts from Hollister. And our parents would be like, I'm not going in there. It smells like cologne and the music's so loud and the shorts are so short, whatever. And then we'd buy the shorts without her permission. And then my mom would be like, you're not wearing those to school. Those are crazy. I'd be like, yes, I am wearing them to school. And then looking back, I'm like, that was denim underwear. It was denim underwear. Those were not real shorts. But I feel like so many, like, I don't feel confident in that anymore, but so many stores like still sell those. And I'm just like, no, I give me like a few inches, of some coverage. Like, I don't want to be in really short shorts anymore. I just feel like it doesn't match the vibe I'm going for, because I think my overall vibe is I want to look rich. Like that, I want to look expensive. That's the vibe I'm going for. And I'm not there yet. I know I'm not there yet. And I might actually work with the stylist I did my color analysis with to help me and kind of like document the process and share what I learned with y'all. But I want to look expensive. I want to look elevated. I don't want to look like I bought clothes that are like really cheap. And you can buy things that look expensive but are more affordable. Like, that's possible. It's not saying you have to buy expensive clothes to look expensive, but I think that's kind of the look that I'm going for at the moment. And yeah, just kind of trying to like reevaluate to kind of figure out how to build a wardrobe around that vibe.
Yeah. When I said elevated, that's kind of what I was thinking too, that sort of vibe. And I think that there is definitely a way to accomplish that that is not breaking the budget. Like I used the example of Express. Express has the best deals ever. And I feel like their clothes are all very elevated. Like when you are wearing an outfit from Express, it does look like you look very mature, you look very elevated. You also mentioned accessories, and I was talking about this in a TikTok video before because I was doing my best and worst splurges, and I said that my designer bag is something that I regret spending money on. And if you asked me a year ago whether I regretted spending money on it, I said that I didn't. I do like the bag that I have, but I honestly just think that designer bags are kind of out. Like when it comes to, I don't know, I just think they're kind of out. And I caught myself, I was having this conversation with a friend, and this was a couple months ago. Oh, we were in New York for my birthday and we were having this conversation. And my friend was like, oh, like, would you buy another designer bag? And I said, I was like, if I bought another designer bag, I would want it to be unbranded. Like so I have a Louis Vuitton, and I bought the Louis Vuitton when I graduated from my MBA program. I graduated an entire year early, so I wanted to buy myself a present to like kind of celebrate that, which is totally fine, totally reasonable. Like I don't regret like splurging on something after doing something like that. But I said to my friend, I was like, I honestly just feel weird walking around with a bag that has these LV logos all over them. Like, I think that's kind of out. And then I said to her, I was like, well, if I'm buying a bag that's unbranded, like, why? Like, if you can't tell that it's a designer bag, why am I spending thousands of dollars on the designer bag? So I honestly think that they're out. I don't think that I'll be splurging on something. Like, I would much rather splurge on a wardrobe that makes me feel really confident in like the actual pieces. But I will say on like the bag front, I still am definitely a purse person. And I think that accessories and purses are a really good way to like make your wardrobe more fun. My friend bought me this cute little yellow Coach bag for my birthday, which Coach is like still technically a designer, but they're more like mid-tier designers. So it was definitely a much more affordable bag than a Louis Vuitton. But it's yellow. And if I'm wearing like all white, I'm from Pittsburgh. So I went to the Pirates game and I was wearing all white and I had the cute little yellow Coach bag. So you could definitely play around with that, like accessories, purses, all of that to like have more fun with fashion, but not feel like you have to go buy a million different tops or dresses or anything like that.
I feel like, okay, well, when it comes to the splurge thing, it's funny because I know we wanted to talk a little bit about things we think are worth splurging on and aren't. And one of the things that I said I don't really splurge on is purses, because I have two purses still in my closet. They're still in great condition. Literally, one of them's from Forever 21 and one is from DSW. And I got it like for like half off because I worked at DSW at the time. And I no longer use them because they're black. And after doing my color analysis, I've learned that like black doesn't look the best on me. So I bought a brown little purse for my trip to Aruba so that I had a bag while I was there. I literally think this bag was like $20 from Amazon. And I got several compliments on it. People being like, oh my God, I love your bag. I love your bag. I'm like, what? I also just don't feel like a purse. Like I'm not someone who's going to splurge on a bag. It's not something I value. Same way with like jewelry. I get almost all my jewelry is from Amazon. I have one necklace that's from like a small business that I got at like a little craft fair thing in Savannah, Georgia, but everything else is from Amazon. And when it tarnishes, I just buy a new one because it's literally like $10 for a ring, or $10 for a bracelet. And I will say some of the rings and bracelets I don't take them off. I shower with them on and they have not tarnished and it's been like well over a year. So I just maybe someday when I have like FU money and I'm just like whatever, I'll like buy really, really nice jewelry. But I feel like even just buying affordable pieces from Amazon, just like having lots of gold jewelry on or silver jewelry, whatever color you want, I feel like it just really elevates your outfit. I loved that trend that was going on for a while of the wearing versus styling clothes. And what I realized as a result of it was a lot of the things people do to style the piece, we're just adding accessories. So, like adding a belt, adding a hat, adding a cute purse, like something like that. And I feel like that is such a great way to try a trend as well. Like, for a couple months ago, I think like red was trending. There's a stylist on Instagram that I follow. Her name's Caitlin James. I'll link her in the show notes, but she talked about this when the red was trending. She was like, a really good way to test out the trend and see if you like it and if you want it to be part of like your personal style going forward is to do like a belt or earrings or a pair of like affordable heels from Amazon, like type, something more affordable. And then if you like it and you're like, wow, yeah, I really love having a pop of red in my outfits, then you can splurge on like a pair of nice red leather pants or whatever, like things like that. But I feel like having some accessories on hand can really just elevate your outfit. I need to get more belts and more like hats and stuff. Like I said, I basically went through and got rid of so much in my closet. I need to rebuild it now, but I think it's a good way to kind of try different trends, but also like help elevate your pieces. Because when you look at people who are rich and you look at their outfits, they have good accessories. They always do. They
Yeah,
always have good accessories.
100%. I will say I love to splurge on jewelry. I think that I am a capsule jewelry wardrobe girl. I know we just like shit on capsule wardrobes, but I think when it comes to jewelry, that's definitely my vibe. Jewelry for me, I won't remember to put it on unless it's like very in front of me. So I literally have like one little jar
Mm-hmm.
of, not jar, I don't even know.
Same, like a dish.
The little dish.
Yeah.
The little dish of jewelry like sitting on my bathroom counter, and it's just my like 6 little pieces of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just got the Kendra Scott brand. I don't know if you were in a sorority in college, you definitely know of Kendra Scott. But we went into the store because they were a vendor at my event on Sunday, and we went into the store last week to like plan for the event and stuff. And I got this little necklace that was like, I think it was like 80 or $90 or whatever, but it was their like demi fine collection, which essentially just means that it's a little bit higher quality to where you can shower with it. And for a necklace, for me, that is like a non-negotiable, because if I can't keep it on all day every day, I will not wear it.
Yeah,
So I
no.
think that is sort of the instance where I want to spend a little bit more money just to have pieces that are durable and that I feel really confident in. For some reason, every single time I've tried to buy jewelry from Amazon, I have hated it. I've hated the look of it. It has
Really?
just like looked super cheap to me. But then all of my friends who wear Amazon stuff, I'm like, oh my God, that looks so cute on them. So I don't know. I think it's a me thing. I think I just know that it came from Amazon and then I like hate it. I don't know. But Etsy is
Yeah.
a really good place to buy. You mentioned like the small businesses. Etsy is
Yeah.
a really good place to buy jewelry that looks a little bit better, but is still kind of affordable. Small businesses, like in person, if I'm walking through a store, I'm such a sucker for buying a piece of jewelry that looks really cute and is like the $50 to $100 range. I feel like is what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, I would love to go through the jewelry that I have now and just like upgrade. Like I said, the stuff I have from Amazon has lasted. I have this like 111 necklace and like I've had this for well over a year and I never take it off. I only take it off when I fake tan. So I feel like it's like, and it was probably like $12. Like it was really cheap, but I would love, I follow them on Instagram. I think it's Beads by Tara, I think is how you say her name, or Tara. And she has so many cute pieces and I would love to go through what I have and just like upgrade some of them and get some higher quality pieces. Cause I will say, I think for like rings and stuff, her pieces are more in like the $50 to $80 range. Same thing kind of with necklaces, but they're so cute. I am also someone who doesn't buy a ton of jewelry at all because I just I keep everything on. I take my rings off when I'm working because I hate typing with rings. I only keep my Aura ring on, but I will just wear the same things over and over. So I'm not someone who has like a bunch of different necklaces, but I do like to wear a lot of jewelry. Like when I'm going out, I think having all my rings on, having my bracelets on, some like gold earrings, like I think it just elevates the outfit. I know we wanted to talk about some other things we splurge on. So, couple thoughts. I used to be someone who just always went for the cheapest option. And my mom used to rag on me for this all the time. Like, she was like, girl, your clothes are going to disintegrate. And I was like, no, no, it's fine. Like, I don't need to buy high quality, whatever. But now I'm a lot more lenient with what I spend on clothes in the way of like, I found a pair of wide leg jeans last year when my health was like not great and they looked fabulous on me. And like I said, jeans were something that was so hard for me to buy or to find that looked good on me at the time. And they were by the designer Mother, and I got them at I think a Nordstrom, and they were I think $240, which is so much. That's an investment piece. But I loved them, like, and I wore them so much because I loved them. Um, now that my body has gone back to normal, they don't look as good on me, unfortunately, but they're still like such a cute pair of jeans. So I will invest in things that I feel like are staples that I'm going to wear for a long time. For another example is I recently bought a pair of linen pants from Aritzia. They were like $120, but I feel like having a good quality pair of linen pants is a really great wardrobe staple. I also felt like so many linen pants that I would try on just like at the mall, I thought they looked so cheap or they'd be see-through, or like I had bought a pair from I think Old Navy before and they literally shrunk and then they were like crop pants, like they were like mid-calf, and I was like, this looks so bad. Like I can't wear these anymore. So I was just like, something like to splurge on like that, or basics. I just bought a bunch of like basic tube tops from Aritzia. They were about $40 each, which I don't think is bad, but I mean, it's a tube top. So some would argue that that's quote unquote expensive, but they're things I can wear in multiple ways. I also will splurge on like a pair of cute sneakers, or I feel like I splurged on bathing suits because I am short. For people who've never, I guess you don't ever really see me on camera, like you would have no idea. I guess it's hard to
Just
gauge
little
someone's
heads.
height on camera. I'm 5'3" and I have a short torso, but a really high waist. So like my hip bone is literally a couple inches away from my yitties. So I have to be careful with what I'm wearing or I look stumpy. Like I just look like, like what is it, like the Three Stooges when they have like, like those old people when they have their overalls like so close to their chest that they just look like, what I'm talking about. I feel like
Yeah,
people
I
can
know.
get a
Yeah, I know
vision.
what you're talking. Yeah.
That's what I feel like I look like if pants don't fall the right height. And I find that I struggle a lot with finding bathing suits that fall the right height. So I was like, fine, I'll splurge on some bathing suits that I actually love because I'm not someone who cares about buying a new bathing suit every single year. I also paid a little bit more, quote unquote. I feel like it's pretty standard for workout clothes, but I get a lot of my workout sets from Vitality and I want to try a bunch of other brands like Set Active and Paragon and, Owner Active and like all those ones. But it's worth it to me to invest in a good quality workout piece because I wear it so much. I want it to wash well, which I know you have a differing opinion on the workout set thing, though. I know you do.
I honestly have a differing opinion on a lot of this. I was like going through because Grace and I were doing the outline for this video and we wanted to talk about pieces that we like to splurge on. And I genuinely don't have, not that I don't splurge on clothes in general, like I do spend money shopping every month, right? But I feel like there's not many pieces where I'm like, okay, if I'm buying a pair of jeans, I have to buy them expensive. Like most of my jeans are from Zara. So I'm like kind of the opposite of Grace. I'm super tall. I'm 5'9". So I feel like in some pieces of clothing that makes it a little bit easier. And I feel like in some pieces of clothing that makes it a little bit harder. Jeans, Zara jeans just work so great for me because they're so long. Like even the regular size is so long and like the perfect length for me. And Zara jeans are literally $50. Workout clothes, I am such a workout girly. I'm such a gym girl, but I do not splurge on workout clothes. I don't know why. Like I have a few pieces of Lululemon in my closet. I have a few pieces of like Alpha Lee and like these more expensive brands, but I always grab my Amazon stuff. Like I'm always reaching for my Amazon stuff. Aerie is another brand that I really like the workout stuff. They have like their offline brand and Aerie is so affordable. So I don't know. I feel like for me too, I'm wearing it every single day and I'm washing it. Like you wash your workout clothes every single time you
Yeah.
wear them. So I'm washing them so much that I'm like, I don't really want to spend $70 on a sports bra that is naturally going to get gross anyway because I'm sweating in it and washing it almost every single week. And with workout clothes, since I am working out so frequently, I like to buy like more quantity of clothes because I'm wearing them so frequently and I don't want to wear. I like literally see the same people in the gym every day. I'm going at the same time and I'm wearing like the same sports bra. So I have a lot of
Yeah.
workout clothes, and because of that I like buy a lot of them, and I buy them for pretty affordable. But shoes, I don't really splurge on. I'll splurge on like sneakers, like
Yeah.
athletic sneakers. I just splurged on a pair of Hoka's because I love Hoka's. But I won't splurge on like a lot of sneakers. Half of that too is just because I'm always like walking Bella, or they just like get gross. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say I'm not someone who's like, oh, if I'm gonna buy this, it has to be an expensive thing because like with jeans, I really like jeans from Loft. Their sizing is so off. Like I had to literally get like multiple sizes below my normal size. So if you go there, just like a heads up, get like multiple sizes lower because their sizing is really weird. But I really like their jeans and I think I paid like $40 for a pair of them. Um but my kind of approach is that if I find something that I do really love, like I put it on and I'm like, bury me in this outfit, and it is more expensive and it's something that I can see myself wearing multiple ways, wearing multiple times, then I will splurge on it. Before, my mindset was just like everything needs to be like the cheapest price across the board. But then with this whole goal of looking more elevated, I find that sometimes clothes just look cheap. Again, the stylist that I really like, Caitlin James, like she talks about this on her Instagram a lot. Like one thing is wooden buttons, like wooden buttons on clothes just make it look cheaper. Or like certain fabrics that are really shiny, they just look a bit cheap. And I found that like some of the workout sets that I had, I just like the material was like kind of scratchy, or like certain tops I would have would be kind of see-through in the back and like you can see my bra through it, and I was like no. So if I find something that I really like that's more expensive, I'll be open to investing in it if again if it's something I can wear a lot. But I don't think that more expensive equals better quality or equals like looks more expensive. I have a bunch of basic tees from Old Navy, and I know recently they were on sale for $8. I think I bought mine for like 15 or something, but they were $8. And I love them. I literally, one of my friends ended up buying some because she kept seeing me wear them and was like, that looks like the perfect basic tee. And I was like, it is. The cut of it is so flattering. I've washed them a million times. They're great quality. I have things, like I said, from Forever 21 that I bought years ago that like are still in good condition. But I think I'm open, like when I feel confident in something, I think it flatters me. I feel, I like the color, I like the shape, I like the material, I like everything about it. I will be willing to like spend more on it, which on that note, I think one of the biggest things I've learned through the entire process of going through my closet and, well, let me back myself up. My general process that I think is helpful if people are trying to like find things that are more, a wardrobe they actually love. What I did was I went through my closet, I got rid of stuff like phase one, then I got a color analysis done. And then I Googled like body shape calculator, which might sound incredibly triggering. Okay. But it's not, I promise. Basically, you take your measurements of like your hip and like your chest and like whatever, and you plug it into this calculator and it'll show you what body shape you have. I'm square. I think it's like 60% of women have a square body shape, which is funny because I feel like everything we see online is like these like, super hourglass people, right? Which those girlies are valid too. But I feel like, I was really insecure about having a square body shape because I was like, what the heck? But then once I learned my body shape and the colors that looked good on me, then I went through my closet again and was like, okay, now with that all in mind, what do I need to get rid of? And now when I'm looking at clothes to buy new things, I'm not just like, oh, do I like this? I'm like, okay, is it my size? Like, is it flattering my figure? Is it flattering like my body shape, knowing that I have broader shoulders and a square body shape? Is it like, do I like the material? Do I like the color? Like I'm looking for a lot more, as where before I think I was just like and whatever. And I will say it's been harder to find clothes. Like I've bought so much over the last few months and then returned so much because it just like, or tried things on in store and then not bought it because I'm like, you know what? I like the fit, but this color I don't think is the most flattering on me. So I'm not going to buy it. It really has to check all the boxes for me to buy something now. But now I find that I have more things in my closet that I actually really enjoy wearing. And so I feel more excited to wear them rather than having things that only check one or two boxes that I'm really not that excited to wear.
Yeah, 100%. I want to do that like body shape calculator because I have no idea what my body shape is. And I feel like that would be
Yeah.
so helpful in trying to find like
Yeah.
even just styles of jeans that work, or when it comes to jeans, like high rise versus low rise. You've seen so
Yes.
many TikTok videos about like, oh, I've been wearing high-waisted jeans my
Yes.
entire life and I tried one pair of low rise on and now all of a sudden I like have realized I've been doing myself a disservice all of these
Hmm.
years, which like totally me. I only wear high rise jeans. So I'm definitely going to do that and see what my body shape is and TBD on those results. But that brings us right out of time. This episode was so fun. Please let us know in Spotify if you like these types of videos. We are trying to kind of like experiment with some different episode topics and just talk about things that we're genuinely excited to talk about. And hopefully that shines through in the episodes. But you can leave any questions, any feedback in Spotify. You can also DM us on Instagram at Girls Talk Money Pod. But thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the podcast. And until next week.